Thank you, everyone, for joining us today at Levittown Public Library's Stretch Fusion class with Debbie. Today is Thursday, March 23rd at around 1:30 p.m. Go ahead, Debbie.
All right, thank you very much. Hey, everyone, I'd like to welcome you all to our Stretch Fusion class. If you've joined us in the past, I want to welcome you back. And if this is your first time, I want to welcome you. Hopefully you enjoy it. So we're going to take everything very slowly, very easy, especially since this is the start of a new series. So we're going to take everything nice and slow. One thing I have to say is to honor your body, honor any issues that you have, whether it's a shoulder, wrist, arthritis, no matter what it is. Don't do what I say just because I say it. If I say reach all the way up here and that's not happening because you have a shoulder issue, you reach here or wherever is good for you. If it hurts, don't do it. Just honor your body. So we are going to take this session in 3 parts. The first part, we're going to do some standing movements, standing stretches. Then we're going to take it down to the chair. Similar to what we've done in the past sessions, but for those of you who might not be here, I'm just explaining that. Then we are going to take it briefly down to the mat. I left that to the end for maybe the last 10 minutes in case there are those of you who are not good with going down on the mat, or it just doesn't work for you. So at least it gives you the last 10 minutes where you can either chill out and stay and watch us, or you can choose to to not stay and participate in that part of it. So if there's ever any comments or any questions, we're going to be doing this series through June, so we're going to be together for a long time. I am very open to adding different things to our Stretch Fusion class. So if you do have suggestions down the road, if I didn't cover something that you felt that I should, or if I didn't explain something or give you a good modification, please let me know. I'm open to that. I don't know all of you well enough to know all of your issues and your body. So breathing is very important. So we are going to start by our standing session. We are going to take some nice deep breaths, reaching it up. If you are not used to deep breathing, you may feel lightheaded, so don't overdo it. Just take everything nice and slow. So we're going to start. I borrow from different venues, whether it's a little bit of yoga, a little bit of Pilates. So the hands are forward. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. As we inhale, you're just going to bring the arms up overhead. So nice deep inhale all the way up. Exhale, turn the palms away, reach them down. Really reach deliberately, like you're going to reach for the floor. And nice deep inhale, reach up towards the sky, almost like the arms are going to come out of your sockets if that works for you, taking it all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. Nice deep inhale, bringing it all the way up, really reaching. And exhale, taking it all the way down. So we're going to do some free flowing. I call it cat-cow, like yoga movements. We're not going to do that on the floor, but we're going to bring your arms out to the side. And I'm going to turn sideways sometimes. That doesn't mean you turn sideways. As we come forward, we're just going to round out the back and then open it up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, bringing it up, rounding out the back. So we're stretching out the spine a little bit, coming all the way up. 2 more times, taking it down, rounding out the back, coming all the way back up, squeezing the blades together. 1 more time, just rounding the back. And coming all the way up and bringing the arms down. And we're just going to do a little bit of a climb and reach. So you're going to take your right hand, reaching it up. And now the opposite, the left arm, drop the elbow down, other hand up and switch. And bring it down. We're going to go for a few more and then switch. Maybe 2 more each side, all the way up. And switch. 1 more each side, all the way up. And switch. And bringing the arms down. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder shrugs. Some of these exercises I also keep from exercises that are good for bone density and strength of the bone. So we're going to bring our shoulders all the way up. And then bring them down, reach for the floor. And again, let's see, all the way up and taking it down And again, inhale as the shoulders come up. Exhale as they come down. 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. 1 more time. All the way up. And exhale down. And from here, we're just going to do some shoulder circles. So we're just waking up the body, warming up, getting the blood flowing. So you're going to bring your shoulders up, not quite as far as the shrugs. Bring them back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then drop them down. And again, bring them forward a little bit, bring them up, squeeze the blades together, and take it down. We'll go for 2 more like that. Bringing the shoulders forward, all the way up, squeeze the blades together, taking it down 1 more time, forward, all the way up, taking it down, and relax. So we are going to just shake out the fingers a little bit. Again, if anything hurts, don't do it. We're shaking out the fingers. We're going to slowly bring the fingers up towards the sky. Again, only go as high as good for you. And then we're going to slowly bring them down. 1 more time, slowly bring them up. Slowly bring them down. And then just let the hands hang. You may feel a little tingling in your fingers. That's a good thing. We got the blood flowing, got the blood moving, so it's a good thing. So now we're just going to do some neck releases, just warming up the neck. So if you have issues with the neck, be mindful of what's good for you and what isn't good for you. So you're going to turn and look all the way over your right shoulder, just as far as you can without forcing it. And now over the left shoulder. So we're taking these a little bit faster, but smaller range, all the way over the left shoulder, right shoulder, all the way over the left shoulder. A few more times over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder, and then come back to center. So we're going to do the same thing side to side, small movements, but a little bit faster. We will get deeper into the movements and make them a little slower in a bit, but we just want to make sure the body is properly warmed up. So you're going to lean that right shoulder right ear to the right shoulder, taking it to the left and to the right and left. So we're going a little fast to the right and left. 1 more time each side, all the way right, all the way left, and taking it to the center. So we're going to go a little slower now. It's a little bit of combinations. So you're going to pretend your chin is on a shelf. You're going to keep it as level as you can. You're going to look all the way over that right shoulder. And then just dip your chin as if you're touching towards your collarbone. Bring the chin up. Look back to the center. Look all the way over the left shoulder. Dip the chin, hold it there a little bit. Bring it up. Come to the center. We're going to go 1 more each side, taking it over the right shoulder. Tapping the chin down towards your collarbone. Bringing the chin up. Back to center. 1 more time, look over the left. Dip the chin down. Come all the way up. And take it back to the center. And then just relax. So we are going to do some little bit of movement and balance. I like to throw balance, coordination, and movement into many of my classes. We're not going to do cardio, but we are going to move almost all the muscles of the body. So you're going to start with, and your chair is here for balance if you need it. You're going to start with your hands in the center of your chest or wherever is good for you if holding it up here is not good for you. If your balance is an issue and you want to hold on with one arm, then do that as well. Balance and safety always comes first. So you're going to take your right foot and you're just going to place it in front of the left, lightly in front, like you're on a tightrope. And then you're just going to slide that right foot behind the left as you open up the arms. Slide it back and close. And again, open it up. You can do it with just one arm if you need to. Come back. We're going to go for 2 more. Slide it open. You may notice that this leg you're standing on is getting tired. That's okay. It's supposed to happen like that. You're just doing a lot of work here. 1 more. Open it up and close. And you can bring your hands down to the sides. From here, we're going to bring your feet parallel to each other. And we are going to take it into, think of not quite a squat, but a little bit of a seat. As you're lifting your arms up, you're just kind of seating back a little bit. And then slowly come up. Trying to make the booty go back as opposed to the knees going forward. It's more like that, like you're mooning somebody. So come back down and bring it up. I don't know, am I allowed to say that? And take it down and up. So we're not going too far. So if you have knee issues, don't go down too far, taking it down and bringing it up. So now we're going to add some extra movement. So take it down. You're going to take the right leg to slide it out to the side as your arms open. Again, keep your hand on the chair if you need to. Slide it back in and come up. Slowly come down. Slide the right leg out. Come back to the center. And 2 more times, taking it down. Slide it out to the side. Back to the center. And up 1 more time. Last time, taking it down. Slide it out to the side, back to the center, and take it up. So now my palms are forward. I'm going to slide the right leg slightly back behind the left, not in line with it, but next to it, but behind where it is. As I curl my arms, I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm going to just tap it back a little bit and then come back. So the right leg, pick up that right leg if you can and step it back a tiny bit. And come forward, taking it back for 3, and take it forward, 1 more, taking it back for 4, and forward. Good job with that. We are going to go over to the other side. So as you get more used to what the exercises are, you can take them deeper if your body allows. Like something like that would have been down lower and coming back. But we're taking everything nice and easy now. So now you can place your left foot in front of the right, like you're on a tightrope. Hands are back in the center of the chest. You're going to slide or glide that foot behind as you open up and bring it back. Think of a graceful ballerina and bring it out for 2 and come back. Slide it around for 3. Take it back. Take it for 4 and bring it back. Good. Slide that left foot next to the right, bringing your hands down. And because we already did down and up like this, we're going to go right into the leg going out to the side. So slowly taking it down, slide the left leg out to the side or tap it, bring it back in and take it up. Taking it down for 2. Slide it out. And if sliding the leg out is a problem, just do the arm motion. That's okay. As long as we're moving something. Taking it down for 3. Slide it out. Take it back. 1 more. Taking it for 4. Slide it out. Taking it to the center. And back. So now my palms are facing up. I'm going to take that left foot and put it slightly behind the right. And then as I curl the arms, and I'm going to step back a little more and dip a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. So taking it back and bringing it forward. Take it back for 2. 2 more coming up. Taking it for 3. Bringing it back. 1 more. Taking it for 4. And bringing it back. All right, good job with that. So balance is very important, and that little bit of movement that we were doing did challenge our balance. Things that we do in everyday life, we're walking, we're moving, our legs go out and all over the place. So it's important to challenge our balance. Sometimes in my classes, we'll do something where I'll say, actually step forward, because if you're walking and you trip and you're used to bracing yourself, it helps you prevent falls. So we are going to do another balance exercise. Again, your chair is there if you need it, otherwise hands on the hips. You're going to take that right foot. We're going to lift it to a count of 4. We're going to hold it to a count of 4. And as we progress, that 4 might be 6, might be 8, might be 10. We'll see how it goes by June. Maybe we'll be up to 20 by June. I don't know. We'll see. All right. And then it's going to come down to a count of 4. So the ups and downs are 4. The middle hold can change. So here we go. Lifting that right foot up, bringing it up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Good. 3 more times. Bring it up. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, and 4. 2 more times. Bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, 4. Last time, bring it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, and 4. So your calf, the standing leg, that left foot, your ankle and calf may be on fire. That's normal because it was doing a lot of work. The muscles were moving around to try to keep you balanced. Right, but we're not done with that leg yet. So you're going to place that right foot in front of the left, heel to toe like you're on a tightrope with a slight separation between your heel and your toe, just so you don't catch one foot on the other. And if balance is really an issue, you can separate your feet a little bit, which makes it a little bit easier, but work your way towards keeping them on that straight line. I call this either rock the boat or rocking horse, because you're going to slightly lean forward and you're lifting your back heel up a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be a lot. And then you're just going to rock it back, lifting the front toes up. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. Rock forward, lift the back heel up. Rock it back, front toes up. Rock it forward, back heel up. Rock it back, front toes up. Don't get seasick. And here we go, rock it forward, back heel comes up. Rock it back, front toes up. And now just lower the front toes, but stay in your tightrope if you can. So now one final thing that we're going to do is adding a little bit more of a challenge to this. You're going to actually pick up the right foot and put it behind the left. So you're bringing it behind and then bringing it forward. So it's like we're still doing that rock the boat, but it's a little bit harder. Bringing it behind, bringing it forward. 2 more times, bringing it behind, taking it forward. Final time, bringing it behind, bringing it forward, and feet are parallel. All right, that was great, but we do have another leg. We have to do the same thing. We don't want to be lopsided.
Yeah.
All right, so we're taking it. All the weight now is going to be on that right foot. The left foot is coming up, and you don't have to lift it very much. You can just lift it here. Even though we're counting for 4, that doesn't mean you have to bring it way up. So here we go, lifting it up. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, and 4. And again, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, 4, 2 more sets, bringing it up. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, 4, the last time, bring it up. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, take it down. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's the hardest one. So we get that out of the way first. All right, bring your left foot in front of the right, like you're on a tightrope, slight gap between your heel and the toe so you don't catch one on the other. We're going to rock our boat or ride the rocking horse. Leaning forward a little bit, bring your back heel up. Lean it back, lift the front toes up. Again, rock it forward, back heel comes up. Take it back, front toes up. Last 2 times, lean forward, back heel comes up. Lean it back, front toes up. Final one, take it forward, heel up. Take it back, toes up. Lower the toes, but stay in your tightrope. And now for the challenge to pick up the foot, pick up the left foot, put it behind the right. And put it back. Take it back for 2. And bring it front. 2 more times, bringing it back. And forward. Final time, taking it back. bringing it forward, and bringing those together. All right, good job with that. So we're going to take it into some stretches using the back of the chair. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So the chair is in front. I'm going to take my right foot and I'm just going to step it back. So you can either face me or do whatever direction is best for you. Now in this position, I'm going to push my hip forward and feel a little bit of a stretch here. Don't lean back and feel it in the lower back. Make sure you're just feeling it here. That might be enough of a stretch for you. Just hold that stretch. If you want a deeper stretch and you don't have knee issues, you can also try dipping that right knee down a tiny bit. As you do that, you may feel that stretch intensify a little bit. If not, just stay in a position that is good for you. So I'm still pushing my hip forward, feeling that stretch in the thigh.
I don't feel that at all. What am I doing wrong?
Are you pushing into the hip? Do you feel anything pulling at all? Anything stretching?
My back.
All right, well, you're leaning back too much, so you don't want to lean back. Try to push the hip forward without leaning back. Or ease up so that you're not feeling it in the back, even if you're not necessarily feeling the stretch. We don't want to feel anything in the back. So from here, you're just going to straighten out both legs. And now lower the heel of that right foot. Just lower the heel. You may feel a little stretch in the calf. And from here, you're going to hinge at the hips. Keep your back flat. And you're just going to lean forward without moving the body forward. I'm just leaning my torso forward, feeling a stretch in the back of that front leg. Okay, good, good. And it's good to bring it up if you're not feeling it in a specific spot, but you're feeling it in a spot that you shouldn't. It's good to let me know so that I can tell you what to do. So now from here, we're just going to slowly bring it up. You're going to switch legs, bring your other leg back, taking it a fairly wide step back. From here, so now I'm up nice and tall. I'm not leaning forward. I'm pressing my hip forward a little bit, feeling a tiny bit of a stretch in the hip, in the front of the thigh. That might be enough for you to just stay there. If you want, if you don't have knee issues, you can take it down a tiny bit, still pushing the hip forward without leaning back or feeling it in your back. Again, if you feel anything in your knees, straighten up. We don't want you to feel them there. So now straighten both legs. Don't lock them, but just straighten. Lower the back heel, that left heel. If you're all on the same side as I am, otherwise lower the heel that's in behind. Now you're going to hinge at the hips, keep your back flat as you just lean it forward, feeling a stretch in the back of that front leg. And slowly bringing yourself up and stepping your feet together. Right. So one other thing or a couple of things that we're going to do while we're still standing, imagine your chin is on a shelf. Now, without moving your shoulders forward, you're going to slide your chin back like you want to make a double chin. We don't want to have a double chin, but for now, we want to slide the chin back, making that double chin, and then just slide it forward without making your body go forward and back. We're going to go 3 more. Slide the chin back. It's good to strengthen your neck and your neck muscles. Slide the chin forward. 2 more. Slide it back. Slide it forward. So I'm not lifting my head up and down. I'm just sliding it back. Bringing it forward. Let's throw in 1 more. Slide it back. Slide it forward. And then just bring it back to its normal neutral position. All right, so we are going to take it to some arm circles. You're starting out with your hands, palms facing your body. You're going to come forward Now, if going over your head's a problem, then you stop where it's good for you. I'm going to turn my palms away and bring my arms back down towards my side. So we're kind of making half circles. I'm not going behind my body. So come forward and then turn the palms away, facing your body. 2 more times. Come forward. Turn them away. 1 more time, taking it forward. And turn it away, bringing the arms down. Right, so we're going to do what's called a chest opener. So I'm borrowing this from Pilates. So your hands are facing down. You're going to press the palms back and squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then you're going to release them. We're going to go for 5 times. Then we're going to lift up and down 5 times, and then we're going to do some combination putting them together. So just press the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, kind of opening up the chest, and then releasing even with the body. Press it back for 2, squeeze the shoulder blades together. This should feel pretty good. And release, bringing it back for 3. Release, we're going for 2 more, taking it for 4. And release, 1 more coming up, taking it for 5. And release. From here, we're going to be lifting the heels up. So if you do need to grab on for balance,
Sorry.
taking it all the way up and take it down, all the way up for 2 and down, up for 3 and down 2 more, up for 4 and down, last one, up for 5 and take it down. So we're going to put the 2 together. You're going to press back and lift the heels. So press and lift. Release and lower. Press and lift. Release and lower. Press and lift. Release and lower. 1 more. Press and lift. Release and lower. So as we progress with this, some of the things we're going to add on to that are some of the next turns, so that when you press and lift, you're going to be looking right, left, center, and taking it down. But we'll add that on little by little. So we are going to take it to our chairs. So have a seat on the chair. We're going to do some lower body movements first. So you're going to slide your right foot out and take a drink in between. Take a drink anytime. No, don't worry. I'll be grabbing one myself, because the more I talk, all of a sudden I start coughing. So you're gonna, now with these chairs, they are slightly rounded. So just be mindful if you sit forward. I don't want you to lose the chair on yourself and let it slide out. So just be mindful of that. Usually I tell people to sit far forward, but be mindful of that. So you're gonna slide your right leg out with the heel down, the toe is up. And you're just going to lean forward. And again, be mindful of that chair. You want to feel a slight stretch in the back of the thigh. Those of you who are more flexible, you can reach towards your toes. Those who are even more, reach past. I'm going to keep it to the moderate. I'm not going to force, never force or bounce a stretch.
Oh, that's what I just did.
Never force or bounce a stretch. And then slowly bring yourself up. What happens if, think of your tendons and your muscles and everything like rubber bands. And if you do this, bouncing into it, the body tenses up and says, what's going on? And it fights you. So if you do want to increase a stretch, the best way to increase a stretch is to go as far as you can, gently, holding it there a few seconds, then the body relaxes into it. Then you're going to take a nice deep inhale. And then on the exhale is when you reach a little bit more. And then staying as far as you can, but breathing normally. And that's how we gently deepen our stretches. So now, same leg. I'm going to give you 2 different positions. You can either cross at the ankle, opening up the hip. Again, be mindful if you've had hip surgery. If you are more flexible, you can take the ankle and place it on top of the thigh. If that doesn't work for you, keep it where it's safe.
Yeah.
And now you're just gonna lean forward a little bit, pressing in the inner thigh only if it is okay for you. You don't want to cause yourself pain.
Feel it there.
Then you're slowly going to bring yourself up. You're going to place the left hand in the center of the right thigh. You're going to do a little bit of a torso twist. Again, be mindful of spine injuries and things like that. As you press into the thigh, you're turning your shoulders to look in the opposite direction, giving yourself a little bit of a torso twist. Taking it back to the center. We're going to rotate the ankle 5 times. That's 1, just twist it around, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Now reverse that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So some of these things you can do while you're seated, watching TV, just doing different stretches, moving the body, because if you don't move it, you do lose it. So you want to keep going. So carefully just bring that foot down. We're going to take that with the other leg. So that you're going to slide your left foot out. The heel is down, the toes are up. You're going to just lean towards it, again, being mindful and being safe. Reaching towards your toes if you can. You may be feeling a big stretch right now. Don't force anything. Don't bounce it. Just leaning forward, flat back. You don't want to round anything. And now slowly bringing yourself up. And again, cross where it's good for you. One side might not be the same as the other. Maybe you have an injury on one side. And maybe one side is much better than the other. So you're going to take your hand, putting it in the inner thigh, pressing down again, just to the point of mild tension. It should feel good, but a little bit of tension, but it also should feel good when you release it. So holding that position. It's called a figure 4 stretch because when you look down, it kind of looks like a backwards upside down 4. We also do something similar on the mat too. And I also, in a TRX program, I do them standing up. You're holding onto a band. So there's different ways of doing the same stretch. So now you're going to place the right hand in the center of the left thigh. Use that leg for leverage as you kind of push against it, as you just twist away from the leg. Again, very gently, nothing crazy here. And taking it back to the center. We're going to rotate the ankle, bringing it around 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reversing that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then just bringing that leg down. So we're going to do a couple of variations on borrowing a little bit from yoga. So I'm bringing my legs out nice and wide. We're going to do some progressions, and you can always go back to the movement that is best for you. If I introduce a next movement and layer it where more intensity, that if that doesn't work for you, you always can go back to the prior movement. So in this position, I'm placing my hands on my inner thigh, sort of pressing it away, opening up the hips, leaning slightly forward with a flat back. Again, don't lean too far. Make sure the chair doesn't fall out from under you. And now from here, I'm just going to rotate so that my right shoulder is sort of towards the ground. I'm kind of looking over towards the left, holding that position. And then coming up and rotating to the other side, leaning it down. As you are leaning it down, you're pressing a little bit more into that thigh. We're going to take it back to the other side now. That's it. And up and over so that that left shoulder is down. And bringing yourself back up. So we're going to expand on that a little bit. You're going to take your right hand, bringing it in towards your body. The left is just down towards the floor. We're going to reach to the ceiling or wherever you can. As that left hand goes to the floor, the right hand is going to come up and over, reaching it, getting a nice side stretch. If this isn't good for you, then just keep the hand down and do whatever movement is good for you. kind of pressing and holding on to that leg of the chair so I don't slip out from under. And slowly coming back, switching sides. So bring that left hand up, reaching up and over, getting a nice side stretch. And slowly bringing it back. So we're going to take a little breathing break here. You're going to place your hands on your rib cage. I want you to think of the breathing and force the air to make your ribs expand outwards, not forward, but out the sides. So I want you to breathe the ribs into your hands. So nice deep inhale. Feel the rib cage expand to the sides. Exhale, feel it knit together. And again, inhale. Out to the sides. Exhale, coming back to the center. One last time, inhale. Out to the sides. Exhale, back to the center. And take it down. Quite often we don't breathe properly. We don't breathe deep enough. We take these shallow breaths and don't feel what it feels like to take a nice deep breath, fill the lungs, fill the diaphragm, and get the oxygen into the body. All right, so we're going to expand on that side thing that we did. I'm going to keep the right leg just where it is. My knee is right over the ankle. My feet are on a slight turnout. I'm going to bring my left leg out more to the side. If that's a problem, you can stay exactly where you are. So I'm bringing the left leg out to the side and I'm keeping my toes forward. If the toes forward is a problem, then just keep them out to the side. So we're doing a variation on a yoga warrior, bringing my arms out to the side or wherever you can. We're going to lean towards the right. I'm going to place my hand on my thigh and the left hand comes up to the ceiling, reaching it up. You could stay here for a deeper stretch. You can reach that right hand towards the floor. If that's not good for you, bring it back onto the thigh. And slowly bringing yourself back up. We're going to take it to the other side. I'm going to reach my left hand towards my hip, bringing it up. For that deeper stretch, I'm just going to slide it down my leg towards my knee. I'm not going to put any pressure on the knee. And slowly bring yourself all the way back up and bringing the arm down. So that was a variation of a warrior and a reverse warrior. But we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to bring that left leg in. So now I'm back to where I started. I'm going to bring that right leg out, toes pointing forward. I'm going to bring the arms out to the side. I'm going to take the beginner step first by, as I'm reaching down, I'm going to place my hand on my thigh. Right arm is up towards the ceiling, looking up at that right hand. My next step, if you want a deeper stretch, is to take the left hand, reaching down towards the floor on the inside of the leg. And slowly bringing yourself back up, bringing that right arm towards the hip, left arm up. So you can just stay here. You don't have to ever take it to the more intense variation, or you can reach that arm towards the floor. And bringing yourself all the way back up, bringing the arms down, bringing those legs in. All right, so we're stretching a little bit of the hips, the back of the thighs, the front of the thighs, everything that we can. So we are going to take it to a little bit of upper body. Palms are forward. You're going to inhale, and as you bring the arms up overhead, the palms are going to face each other. They're not going to touch. So inhale, bring the arms up or to whatever level you can bring them. As you exhale, rotate the palms forward as you drop the elbows down and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, fingers up, palms face each other, they don't touch. Exhale, drop the elbows, palms rotate forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more time, inhale, bringing it up. This time the palms will touch overhead. Exhale as you come down into the center of the chest. And from here, just breathe normally. I don't want you to hold your breath. So this is going to be a little bit of a wrist stretch. So if you do have wrist issues, you may just want to stay here if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you're going to rotate your fingers towards me. So you're rotating your fingertips towards me, trying to keep the heels of the hand together. Now coming all the way up, and here's where it gets a little bit more awkward. You're coming towards yourself. If that's not good for you, don't force it. And again, taking them all the way up and over now towards me. Up and over, back towards yourself. And bringing the arms down. So we're going to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. So as we get to each part, be mindful. If you have an issue, think first. Don't just do what I'm doing. So you're going to take your right arm out to the side. You're just going to bring it in front. You're going to flip your left palm up. Reach towards the forearm and then just gently bring that arm closer to you. We're stretching at the shoulder. So again, if you have a shoulder issue, be mindful of what you're feeling. If it doesn't feel right for you, listen to your body. So now we're going to take it to the back of the arm a little bit. We're going to do that by bringing the arm out forward. Slide your left hand above the elbow and help it come up towards the ceiling. Again, only as high as is good for you. Feeling a slight stretch. Now bring the right fingers down towards your shoulder. You can stay here or give yourself a little bit of a push. Those of you who may get a deeper stretch, you can come up and over, only if you're used to doing that. If that's not good for you, if you feel like you're straining, then come back here. Otherwise, you're not really getting a good stretch. And those of you who want an even deeper stretch, you can kind of lean a little bit over to the side. And bring your body back up, lowering the arm down. So now you're going to take that right hand like you're saying stop. We're going to stretch the wrist a little bit more. Taking the left fingertips at the tip of the fingers, gently bringing the hand back, feeling a stretch in the underside of the forearm. And for a deeper stretch, if you want even more, palm up. Bring the fingers down. It's a little more intense. If that's not good for you, go back to the other position. And now we're going to do what I call a counter stretch. So just let the hand flop over and come in very gently. Don't put as much pressure as you did in the opposite direction. We're just counter stretching it. And just lowering that arm down. So now we're going to do all of that to the other side. So again, be mindful if you have any issues. So you're going to bring the left arm out to the side. You're going to come in front, right palm up, just reach for the forearm, bring it across your chest. We're stretching out the shoulder. Never force anything. Then you're going to bring that left arm out in front. You're going to slide the right hand up above your elbow and then help the fingers up towards the ceiling or however far you can go. Then from here, just bend the elbow, reach your fingers towards your shoulder. I'm going to push from the front. If you are able to or are more used to coming up and over like this, then do so. If you feel like you're twisted into a pretzel, then bring your hand back in front. I'm going to take it over just a little bit over to the side, getting a little bit of stretch there. And bringing ourselves all the way back down. And releasing. So we are going to take that one last wrist stretch. So your hand is out like you're saying stop. You're going to gently bring the fingers back, feeling the stretch in the underside of the forearm. If you want that deeper stretch, turn the palm up, bring the fingers down, getting that more intense stretch. And releasing that. And now for the counter stretch, just let the hand flop where it naturally does. Very gentle, just coming in very delicate.
Snap, snap.
All right, we don't want to snap, no snap, crackles, or pops. And then just releasing that. So we are just going to bring our hands out loosely like this. And you're just going to rotate the wrists around. That's 1, 2, like you're stirring, 3, 4, 5. Now reverse it for 1. And you can have your fingers out loose too. You don't have to make a fist. And 3, 4, and 5, and then bringing the arms down. So we did a variation of a chest opener while we were standing, when we pressed back and we lifted the heels up. We're going to do another chest opener. Couple of ways that we can do that. You can just reach your fingers towards the floor and then reach them back, opening up the chest. To add on to that, you can reach for the back of your chair. I'll turn sideways a little bit so you can see. And now as I'm leaning forward, I'm opening up the chest even more. If that doesn't work for you, you can just stay like this. Holding that stretch, opening up the chest. And releasing and bringing yourself back up. So we are going to do a couple of little pedal pushers, lifting our heels up to just get the legs a little bit looser. And then in a couple of minutes or so, we're going to make our way down to the mat to do some stretches on the mat. We are going to use, hopefully you have a rope or a yoga strap with you. You can do it without, but I'll talk you through it. But it just makes it easier. So we're going to do 10 pedal pushes just to get our ankles a little bit warmed up. So here we go, right first. So that's 1 and switch, and 2, switch it out, and 3, taking it for 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more counts. Here's 9 and 10. And bringing it down. All right, so we are going to carefully make our way down to the mat. Grab a drink on the way down. You are going to be starting on your backs. And you're going to be extending your hands and feet out to the opposite direction. So take it on your backs and try to listen to what I'm saying, as opposed to trying to lift your head up and see what I'm doing. Those of you who want to stay seated, you can do a lot of the things by just reaching your arms up and the legs out and staying in your chair, varying it a little bit. So do the best you can. Otherwise, you're going to take it down on your mat. You're going to extend your hands and feet to the opposite sides of the room. You're going to imagine that someone is taking hold of your wrists and your ankles, and they are pulling you in the opposite direction, lengthening the body.
I would love that.
So if you are seated, you can just reach the hands up overhead, slide the legs out, trying to duplicate that kind of a stretch. You're going to take a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. And again, nice deep inhale and exhale. And breathe normally. And I'm just going to bring my arms to my sides. And I'm going to bring my knees in a little bit of a bent position. And we're just going to take that left leg and I'm just going to slide the leg out straight. So you can do this seated as well, just sliding your left leg out straight and bringing it back in. We're going to go for 2 more times, sliding it out straight. Bring it back in. 1 more time, slide it out straight.
and bring it back in. Now, same thing on the other side. So slide that right leg out straight. Bring it back in. Sliding it out straight. Bring it back in one more time. Slide it out straight. And bring it back in. So now, if you're seated or stand or lying down, you can let your feet touch each other. And you're just going to let your left leg open out to the side. Again, if you have a hip issue, don't let it come out too far. So I'm just letting that leg open, just the one leg opening out to the side and coming back in. 2 more times, let that left leg open out to the side and come back in. 1 more time, open out to the side and come back in, taking it now to the other leg, the right leg. Let the right leg open out to the side and bring it in. 2 more times, open out to the side and bring it in. 1 more time, open out to the side and bring it back in. So now you're going to slowly bring your right knee in towards your chest, reaching your hand behind the thigh. We are just going to straighten and bend the leg, so adapt it any way you can while you're seated. So I'm just extending the leg out and bend. Extend for 2 and bend. Just 1 more time, extend it out and bend. And now I'm just going to rotate my ankle 3 times. Just circle it around for 1, 2, 3. Reverse it for 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to lower that leg down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring your left knee into your chest, reaching it to the back of the thigh if you can. You're going to take it to an extension just as far as you can. Feel the stretch in the back of the leg, stretching it out and bend. And again, stretching it out and bend. 1 more time. Stretching it out and bend. And now you're just going to rotate the ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3. Reversing that for 1, 2, 3, and then just lowering that foot towards the floor. So we are going to take it using our straps or ropes. You're going to place that underneath the bottom of your right foot, bringing that leg out to the side. You need the longer edge of it. You can also, if you're seated, just extend the leg out and grab the back of the thigh, or just open the leg out to the side without lifting it up. So we're just going to bring the leg out to the side. So you can just lift the leg and bring it out to the side while you're in the chair, like we did when the legs were separated and we were leaning into the thighs. We're just stretching that inner thigh a little bit more in a different way. Those of you who want a deeper stretch, not the seated people, but the people lying on the mat, you can also try straightening out your left leg straight on the mat, out like that. If that doesn't work for you, if that bothers your back, keep it bent. And now we're going to take that same figure 4 stretch that we did when we either crossed at the ankle or crossed in the center of the thigh. So wherever you crossed before, you can cross it again. You can take your right hand in the right inner thigh and press the leg away, opening up the hip area. This is our figure 4 stretch. Remember I mentioned that earlier. And then you can ease up on that inner thigh. And if you are seated, you can either lean forward. If you are on the mat, you can try bringing your left knee in towards your chest. So if you're seated, lean forward towards the leg a little bit. If you're on the mat, bring the leg into you, or just stay in the position with your foot on the floor. You don't have to do that. And then slowly lowering that left foot towards the mat and the right foot towards the mat. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to place the band underneath your foot, or just bring your leg open to the side like you did just on the other leg. We're opening out to the side, or you can step your leg out to the side if you're in your chair. Opening up the hip a little bit, opening up the inner thigh. And then you can either cross at the ankle or cross in the center of your thigh, whatever you did before. You can place the hand in the thigh, push the leg away. And if you're seated, you can lean towards your legs. If you're on the mat, you can bring your legs towards your body, or just stay exactly where you are and don't move anything. If anything is a strain, don't do it. Here's our figure 4 stretch again on the other side. And slowly lowering that right foot to the mat, left foot to the mat. And we're going to slowly bring both knees over towards the left. And if you're seated, you're just going to drop your knees slowly to the left a little bit. And then bring them up and over to the right. And again, up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. And back to center. So we're going to do that again. Those of you who want more of a stretch and are able to bring both knees up. I see a couple of you doing that already, which is fine. Otherwise, you can keep your feet on the floor. So you can either bring your knees up and come side to side, or keep them on the feet on the floor and do just what we did. Bringing your knees over to the left. And up and over to the right. And one more time over to the left. Over to the right. And back to the center. And we are just going to carefully make our way up to a standing position. So rolling onto the side, coming up in a way that you know is safe for you.
I got an idea.
So if anyone needs a hand, yeah, we'll help you. Use your chair if you need to. So we're just standing, your feet are parallel, hip distance apart, shoulders are level, the chin is level. And you're just going to look all the way over your right shoulder. Look all the way over your left shoulder, trying to do so without even twisting your body. Looking straight ahead. Now lower that right ear to the right shoulder. You can stay here. If you have no neck issues, or if you've done this before, you can gently take your right fingertips at the left temple and just apply a tiny bit of pressure. Don't yank or tug on your head. Then release the hand, bringing your head back up. And now just lower that left ear to the left shoulder. You can stay here. If you have no neck issues, hand at the temple, very gentle pressure. Releasing the arm, bringing the head back up. Bringing my heels a little closer together. The toes are out, the hands are to the side. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. As we inhale, lifting the arms, lifting the eyes without moving the head, and lifting the heels. So inhale up, heels up, arms up, eyes up. Exhale, everything comes down, hands down, heels down, eyes look down. One last time. Inhale up, bring everything up. Exhale down, bring everything down. I want to thank all of you for joining me, those of you here in the library, and those of you in Zoom land. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.